we want to show you our most hyped for Steam Deck games that are coming out soon.
I love the way that you've got a Steam Deck in your hand, just in case people didn't know what the Steam Deck was.
Look at this thing, because you can't see it because there's a laptop. This is why I'm holding it up.
And the laptop's there because we've got a memory the size of a goldfish, and there's like 13 games on
14.
the 14. See, I can't even remember the number. 14 hyped games that are coming on Steam Deck in the next month or so. Some of them TBA.
Some of them.
Some of them may never come, but we've got some good ones.
But these are just games that basically all I did is I went to my Steam wish list. I went, these ones.
AJ, what do you think of them? I was like, they're all kind of similar, Andy.
Yeah. Obviously there's stuff that I like.
But there's some awesome games in this list. I'm really hyped to actually go through it.
Yeah, me too.
And in truth, we do have basically the same taste in everything.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
They're games that I'm looking forward to too.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think a lot of them show off what is best about the Steam Deck as well.
Absolutely. Most of these are like smaller style indie sort of games, or like 2.5D or 2D like platformy kind of things. And it's just stuff that I really want to get my hands on.
Well, the other thing with that as well is that this isn't necessarily about showing you the AAA games that come in that everyone knows about, because, that would be pointless. We all know about it. It's kind of like some of the kind of, we found some kind of hidden gems and stuff in amongst this that you may not have heard of.
Exactly, which are going to go really well with the Steam Deck. Like a handheld experience, these kind of games will be brilliant.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into number one on the list, which is
Biomorph, and it's already out.
It's already out.
It's just come out.
Oh, that's how quick we are. Straight off the mark.
It is just come out, and there is a demo available as well. And this looks really cool. I like the look of this. Been following it for a while.
Oh, 100%. This has got awesome Metroidvania vibes about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's already out, so some of you may already be playing it.
Yeah, and again, the demo's been out for a while. I've actually had the demo installed on my Steam Deck since the last Valve Fest thing, Steam Fest. But I just haven't actually played the demo yet.
Yeah, fair.
But it looks really cool. It looks right up my street. Everyone knows that I'm a massive Metroidvania nut. So yeah, this is totally up my street. It's got some really cool art style to it.
Yeah, a really awesome kind of hand-drawn feel to it.
Yeah.
But not in a rubbish indie way, which I've got a problem with the game that's later in the list because of this.
Yeah, I know.
But in a really cool aesthetic way. There's some really nice gameplay loops to this as well.
Yes, yeah, it looks very cool. I like the way, obviously being biomorph, you're going to morph into some stuff, and that's what excites me. There's one bit in the trailer where, the main character morphs into this thing, and I'm like, that looks cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Fun.
Combat looks intricate but fun as well, fast-paced.
Yeah. Backdrops look good.
Yeah, and the kind of level design and everything just feels like the platform elements to it feel like it won't be too crazy. There was Lost Crown. I was at the peak of my platform tolerance.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
okay.
there's a threshold at which I'm willing to go on how platform
is it
my
because you're not very good at
Metroidvanias are.
platforming?
What are you saying? Yeah, no, I suck at platform games.
It's fun to watch, though.
It's fun to watch me fail. That is true.
One thing, though, with this, just to end this one on, is I found that the music on the trailer seemed a little bit disconnected.
I really hope that that's not the in-game music.
Yeah. Again, I've not tried the demo or played the full release, so it might be different, but at least from the reveal trailer and stuff, I just felt like it was a bit disconnected from the game.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
Yeah, it didn't feel right. It almost felt like it was made by AI.
Yeah.
It was a little bit soulless.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you were the composer of this.
Yes.
I mean, you can shoot me down. I've written some rubbish music too. It's fine. Many of the games that released that I worked on had horrible soundtracks. So I'm just as guilty as you.
But it could be that they just chose a random track for the trailer.
I think it's more likely, from experience, you tend to have different music on trailers than in the game. So hopefully that's the case, because it wasn't great. Okay, next up, April 16th.
This is a total wild card in this list, because this is not a Metroidvania or anything. This is something that I've only found out about recently in the past couple of weeks, and I'm really excited by.
Yeah, coming on April 16th, Harold Halibut.
Yes.
This has a beautiful claymation kind of style to it.
Yeah, the animations of the characters and the design of them.
Yeah.
This is a 3D, 2.5D kind of adventure game, which looks heavy, storyline based.
I mean this as a compliment. It's going to sound like an underhanded insult. It gave me Aardvark Studio vibes, like Wallace and Gromit.
That's a massive compliment, I think. I think they're great.
Okay, that's okay then. Yeah, it's a compliment.
No, because that's what I used to be really into animation.
Yeah.
So when I did a games design course at college years and years ago, the other side of the games design course was animation.
Yeah.
And I did a bit of claymation stuff, and I'm getting massive vibes from this. Even the way that the characters move is almost like it's stop motion animation,
100%.
and I really like the look of it. It seems quite, I don't know, I get like melancholy vibes from it.
Yeah, it's got a real kind of sad vibe to it, in a beautiful way.
Yes.
They describe it as a handmade narrative game.
Yes.
Which is a lovely description for it.
Yeah.
It has elements of kind of puzzle game.
Yes.
Kind of slight adventure game about it. Almost like the puzzle elements from a point and click, like harking back to like Broken Sword and stuff. You know, that kind of mystery to it.
Absolutely.
But not always stuck in the same camera angle. It changes perspective quite a lot as well.
Beautiful. All of it's beautiful. You know, like when I saw this and saw the trailer, I thought, okay, there's like the 3D models for the cutscenes.
Yeah.
And then when it actually went into the actual gameplay and it's still the same, I was like, oh, I love that. Like this looks really beautifully woven together.
Brave to do something like that as well.
And it looks unique. That's one of the most things I want to say about it. It looks unique, and I am actually really hyped for this.
April 16th, Harold Halibut. That's a really interesting one to look at.
Definitely.
So, number 3. Okay, now this has been a little time in coming. To be fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
No Rest for the Wicked. Yeah, coming on April the 18th.
Yes.
This is obviously this isn't just Steam Deck. This is coming on PlayStation and Xbox as well.
Xbox and PlayStation, but it's coming to Steam Early Access on the date that you just said. Yeah. And then when it goes into version 1.0, will be the full release when it's actually then on Xbox and PlayStation. So no release date on the other consoles, but
that's interesting.
But for Steam, it's actually entering with Early Access. And I know I'm always saying that I'm against Early Access games, but this is by the creators of Ori and Ori the Will of the Wisp or whatever. Yep. So I've got huge,
faith
hype.
in them.
Yeah, faith, but also hype for this. This is their first foray into ARPG.
Yeah,
like isometric. Basically like Diablo.
Yeah.
But this is going to have a massive focus on combat. So instead of just running and like hack and slash, you're going to have to actually think about your combat and actually try and deflect. And stuff like
as we were watching the gameplay trailer, we've seen it through a couple of times because it was in one of the directs. Wasn't it? I think maybe the PlayStation.
Yes, I feel like it was. Yeah.
But anyway, you've said it a couple of times. It seems like every action in your combat has like heavy consequence.
Yes.
So like attacks are important, but equally important is your timing and your defense, your parries and your dodges. Mm-hmm. Really feels like everything's got weight to it. It looks gorgeous.
It looks stunning, doesn't it?
To say,
It looks amazing. It really does. I love the art style. The lighting and everything is just going to make it amazing. They've got, because it's coming into early access first, they're basically like testing a bunch of stuff and then wanting community feedback before they then like put it into full release. And I love that. It's good.
I'm always on the fence with isometric style games.
Yes. Yes.
I've had some real hit and miss experiences with them.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
This is definitely for me one that I'm excited to play though.
Yeah, me too.
It's got, there's something about it. And I've got, as I said earlier, the trust from the fact that Ori was such a good game.
Yeah, Moon Studios, I think it is, yeah.
That you know that this is got every potential of being great.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm super hyped.
Exciting for us on Steam that it's coming early access so much earlier than everywhere else. And like you say, yes, you specifically are very loud about not liking early access. We both agree in that, though. There's been some flops that have happened in the past.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. I'd rather wait for a full release.
But because it's coming from Moon Studios, we know what they've done in the past. We can trust that that's going to be a decent release.
Yes, and it looks good enough for me to actually want to play as like a beta. You know what I mean? Because that's essentially what it is, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
This is, I have to say, the game Andy's talked about the most.
I've been talking about this for ages.
You've been talking about it forever. In fact, you've been talking about it so much, it's kind of boring now. I'm surprised we put it in a video.
I almost forgot this off the list as well, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I did the whole list, and then like 6 hours later after writing the list, I went, hang on, I've forgotten something.
This, of course, is Tales of Kenzera Zao?
Zao is what I'm going with. Is that how we're saying it? I don't know. Zao.
April the 23rd.
That's how I've been saying it for ages.
Hopefully that's right. Especially considering the kind of beats of the story that it hits. I kind of want to get the cultural bits right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hugely important to it.
Yeah, it is. And this has got quite a, again, melancholy background. I believe the creator, I think he's the voice actor from, I don't know if it's some like Call of Duty guy or like
It's a famous
God
actor,
of War
isn't it?
or something. Yeah, it's a famous actor who's also done voice acting in. I don't want to try and butcher his name, so I'm sorry. But it is a famous guy. And unfortunately, he lost a family member 10 years ago. And this whole game is his way of dealing with his grief.
It's lovely.
In his cultural background.
Yeah.
And obviously it's going to be quite a heavy game.
Yep.
But beautiful. I've seen so many interviews and read so many interviews from the guy, and just looking at the game itself as a game, and it looks beautiful. I'm, again, big Metroidvania fan.
Yeah, so away from the like, kind of the depth and the heaviness of that, and that's really important because some games really do warrant that beautiful depth to a story. Just from a gameplay loop and an art style, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
The gameplay loop looks like it's going to be every bit as fun as if you like Lost Crown.
Yes,
It's got that kind of vibe to it.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
A real kind of platform-driven Metroidvania with awesome and responsive action.
Yeah.
Again, timing and parrying, dodging. All
I have played the demo on this one because there is a demo.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it. You get like different masks to give you different like powers and stuff be able to go through it. It's amazing. And also it's just been Steam Deck verified as well.
Oh, really?
So they announced it on Twitter like the other day that actually because when I played the demo, it was a little bit choppy.
Yep.
But that was day one release of the demo a few weeks back from that Steam Fest thing.
Yeah.
But since then, they've confirmed Steam Deck verification for launch. So this is a game, again, I know we say don't pre-order. I have pre-ordered this. So
Are you a hypocrite?
Yes,
Yeah,
of course I am.
One thing that's really surprised me, just really quickly before we move on from it, and it's published by Electronic Arts.
Yeah, published by EA. Yeah, so this is their first studio game. This is the first game from the studio, and it's straight in with EA. Because of this voice actor that I can't remember his name, and I don't want to butcher.
For the type of game that it is, it really surprises me because it feels more like an indie kind of game.
Yeah.
A really well-made one.
Yeah, it looks really well polished. Yeah.
But EA publishing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not Kiss of Death for it as well, because they have a checkered past with stuff, don't they?
But I think that given the guy's background and everything, they've come in to support that, and I think it's going to do well. And I hope it does. It seems brilliant,
Okay, April the 25th. There's a lot happening in a really short space of time.
It really is. It's all this month. It's mad.
A really important action RPG that's coming, and that is Sandland.
Yes.
Which is from
the creator of Dragon Ball.
Oh, you didn't say his name.
Go on, AJ. How do you say his name?
It is Akira Toriyama.
That's it. That was good. Yeah, that's good.
Japanese.
Yes. Yeah.
Arigato.
Love it. But yeah, so this is unfortunately, he's passed away, the creator of Dragon Ball recently.
Oh, yeah, we're joking about it, but it's sad.
So this is his last, thing basically.
And I would say a complete departure, but not a complete departure. There are you can feel the beats, you can feel the nods between.
Yeah.
But style-wise and gameplay-wise, it is very unique as an action RPG.
Yeah.
It has an almost cell-shaded kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it's very similar to the previous stuff we've seen with the Dragon Ball games and even Dragon Quest, which is the same guy. But yeah, it's got this cool, like almost like you're playing an anime.
Yeah.
This like half cell-shaded, half like or like almost realism, like backgrounds and stuff. Like it's really cool looking. It looks great. Looks like you're running around as this little demon dude. Beelzebub. Another
that
Queen reference.
Yeah, Beelzebub.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously Beelzebub doesn't come from the band Queen, but that's the reference I'm taking from it.
a mixture of kind of what you'd expect from action RPGs of combat with mixture of melee, weapon and abilities, and also vehicles as well, which is really important
like tanks
to this game.
And stuff. Like it looks really cool, you know. And there is a demo out now. I've installed it. I haven't actually played it yet, but from what I've seen people saying online, they're saying that you can play it on Steam Deck. It runs great around 30 to 40 FPS.
April the 25th, that one, which that's going to be really cool. Okay. Number 6 on this list.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to divide a bit of opinion.
It is indeed.
Including across this table.
Yeah, it is. And that is the second Prince of Persia game that we're getting this year from Ubisoft.
The Rogue Prince of Persia, which is probably the most accurate name for a Prince of Persia game ever. The Rogue Prince of Persia.
The Rogue Prince
May the
of Persia.
14th. Now, you are a mixture of hyped and scared.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I just don't know. I want to like it. But at the minute, I'm a little bit worried.
It's been touted as a roguelite,
Yeah.
and it's by the creators of the Dead Cells games,
Yeah.
which is really interesting.
Yes.
Especially if I didn't know that, I would look at the game and go, probably a student production.
Well, the first time I saw it, when I saw the announcement, I didn't see who it was by, you know. I just kind of went, cool. Like, going from Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And, like, how epic that looks. Like, proper 2.5D.
Beautiful.
Fully massive, expansive Metroidvania. I love that game.
Detailed environments, loads going on.
Fantastic. The
Combat's
storyline is so
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Like, the maps are so good. Like, and it's huge. It's not a short Metroidvania. You think Metroid Dread, you can complete that in like 10 hours, 100%. Lost Crown, I'm like nearly 30 hours in. I'm still not done yet.
That's amazing.
It's like,
sadly,
ridiculous.
Lost Crown didn't sell as well as it should have.
I know.
But, you know,
why? Because they didn't launch it on Steam for us Steam Deck players.
maybe that's it.
I
think
EA license.
there's
Epic, sorry. That's what
there's a difficulty with 2.5D games, with their popularity and stuff. But the problem that the Rogue Prince of Persia is going to have is that following the Lost Crown,
Yes.
it feels like the Fisher Price version.
It does.
Because there's a lot of similarities in the movement
so similar.
and the combat, the kind of how you traverse stuff.
And obviously, it's the Prince of Persia, so it's all set in Persia.
Yeah, so the environments have a familiarity, but this is entirely cartoon,
Yes.
hand drawn kind of feel.
Very
to it.
like sparse, like
Very sparse.
empty looking.
Do you know what? If I didn't know that it was coming out, that would be available on Steam Deck, I would say that this was a mobile version of the Prince of Persia game.
Yeah, it feels that way, doesn't it? Like you could get away with putting this on a phone by the look of it.
It could be amazing.
I'm not like, it's Dead Cells, so Dead Cells is great. I like Dead Cells a lot, but I feel like this could have been a Dead Cells DLC. Like, you know, they did Castlevania. Why didn't they just do Dead Cells?
Yeah,
and the other
fair.
thing is Ubisoft, right? Why did they let The Lost Crown be exclusive to Epic Games and then release this one on Steam?
It's weird, isn't it? Like the
just a bit weird.
smaller version seems to be given to us on Steam.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? So I don't know. I'm hoping we still see the Lost Crown get moved over to Steam after the Epic contract ends, which is usually a year.
Yeah.
And then I'll buy it again because I've been playing it on Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love
it feels made for handheld.
Yeah,
doesn't
it
it
would
feels
be
made for
great
an
on
OLED
the
screen.
Steam Deck. Like, it would be amazing on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, so kind of a mixed opinion on that one.
Yeah, I want to like it, but I'm unsure.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, this one I hadn't heard of until you told me about
Yes.
it. Nine Souls,
Yes,
which has a kind of TBA on it.
yes. So it just says
No confirmed date.
coming soon. Yeah, and it's a Souls-like
A hand-drawn
platformer.
Souls-like 2D,
Yeah.
featuring Sekiro-inspired deflection-focused combat. I just read that straight off the website.
I
Good.
thought you had that from memory.
No. I mean, you need to tell me about this one.
Yeah, well, I don't know a lot about it, to be honest, and I don't think I know Red Candle Games, which is apparently the developer.
Never heard of them.
No, I mean, we can have a look later to see what else they've made. But
It looks really cool.
I
I'll
like
give
the
them
look of
that.
it, yeah.
It looks fast.
yes,
Which I really do like.
I think this is an Asian game because looking at some of the graphics and stuff, there seems to be what looks like Japanese to me listed on the text.
Yeah, the trailer and stuff is still in Japanese.
So this looks like a smaller game for the West, but is still going to be here for us to play. Love the art style. You're like a little cat-looking thing.
I think if you like Japanese culture games, also if you like 2D kind of Metroidvanias, Souls-like games, roguelike games, I think you're really going to love this one.
Yeah. I think it looks really cool.
No date on it, which is a shame.
No, but there is a demo, and that's normally promising.
Yeah.
You know, so if they've actually bothered to put out a demo there, you can actually get a feel for the game. So it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Number 8.
Oh, I'm really hyped for this one.
I don't know about this one.
Well, this one is actually behind the people that brought you Power World, which is Pocket Pair.
So Nevergrave, The Witch and the Curse.
Yes.
Right. So the people that brought us Power World, which seem to now be focusing entirely on
Ripping
taking
everyone else's games off.
great games and ripping them off in one way or another. So obviously Hollow Knight was really successful.
Yes.
So let's make our own version of it called Nevergrave.
Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah,
I
okay.
think it looks great.
There's elements of it that look like it could be quite cool.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm going to stay open-minded
Yes.
is because how good Power World was, despite the fact that it was just ripping off elements from other people.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, loads of people love Power World.
So you can't knock them for that.
Exactly.
And it's got exactly the same. It is a Metroidvania roguelite.
Yeah.
I got that right, roguelite.
Oh, is it? Have they put roguelite or
A
like?
Metroidvania cross roguelite where you journey with the aid of a cursed hat, use a variety of magic or poses
Yes.
your enemy. I think that's written wrong.
Yeah,
to
that's good,
possess
that.
your enemies, it should be.
Yeah.
So the thing that was actually quite interesting about this was that there seems to be a multiplayer element.
Yes, and this was really cool because we were thinking, what's going on? Because on the trailer it shows, the main female protagonist like running around. There's like some hats jumping around after behind her, and then she kills some enemies, and then player 1, 2, and 3 become
in the most Mario way.
Yes,
the hat goes on the dead enemy.
Yeah, and then it brings them to life, and then the other players are controlling a deceased
so
enemy.
it looks like it looks like a 4-player co-op.
Yeah,
and it does say supports 4-player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Whether I guess that's 4-player multiplayer online.
Yeah,
co-op.
I mean, to be honest, because we're on the Steam page right now, generally it will tell you online co-op.
Online co-op.
Yeah.
Okay, and Xbox controller support as well.
Yeah,
There you go.
Demo available as well.
See, that's why I'm open-minded about it, because I can't think of a single Metroidvania that's co-op.
No, there was I can't think what it was.
And I think that the idea of that would be really cool.
There's a really good game, and I'm remembering the art in my head right now. I can't think of it. It's not coming to me. And they promised co-op, and that was in like 2019. The game's been out for so long. It's a big success game, and they still haven't released co-op for it, even though they said they would.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. Like it's on Game Pass and everything. I can't remember the name. Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
Wow, that came from nowhere.
Yes. I love that. I really like that game. It looks really cool. Yeah. It's like a very Castlevania heavy game. Still no co-op, and they promised it like years ago. Yeah.
If this turns out to be everything it promises to be, and there's no reason to doubt it because Power World was, and that just came from nowhere.
Yeah.
Then 4-player co-op, even 2-player co-op on a Metroidvania,
it'd be great.
Could be amazing.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, no, I'm well hyped for that because I love playing co-op stuff, and a game like this that I'm so into, it'd be so good to play together with someone.
Does that mean I have to get a Steam Deck straight away?
It does. Yeah.
Okay,
it
that's
does,
fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm there.
Yeah, good.
Okay, now
this one's AJ's favourite. He forced me to put it on the list.
No, wait. What? Okay, Disney Epic Mickey rebrushed. Again, another TBA, which is a shame. But, do you know, 3D action platformers?
Yeah. Not your thing?
Well, no, I would say they are.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
Mario 64 is my favourite Mario.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Okay, but I mean, that was like over 20 years ago.
It's 30 years ago, nearly.
I was like, shh. What the? Seriously, that long ago?
It's bad, isn't it? It's 90s, wasn't it? N64.
Oh, God.
I know.
Okay, anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure Disney...
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's made by THQ, isn't it? Nordic.
Yeah, THQ Nordic have been pushing out a lot recently.
Yeah, and this is a remake. So this game actually came out, I think, on like Wii or something. Yeah. Like came out 10, 15 years ago, something like that.
13.
13 years ago.
I did my research.
Well, I was a good estimate then.
Yeah, it was actually good.
So, yeah, this, I didn't know the original, I must admit. I saw this on like a Switch, Nintendo like Direct or whatever. Yeah. And I thought, you know what, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because when I saw it was available on Steam, I thought Steam Deck, this would be great for.
Yeah.
You know, I like 3D platformers like Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that. Like I love that kind of thing as well, just because it harks back to like PlayStation 1 vibes and stuff.
It does, yeah.
You know, I love those kind of games. So if you've never experienced this could look really good on the Steam Deck, and from what I've heard people saying that have played the original, they really enjoyed it.
It's definitely got a darkness to it, which is nice as well, which is kind of a departure from what you would imagine a Mickey game to be.
Well, and whatever happened to Mickey? Like, he's not as prominent as he was 20 years ago.
What did happen to Mickey?
Well, we might find out in this game.
He gets his brushes back out.
Yeah, but you know, there we go.
All right. Okay, moving on from Disney, thankfully. We're now moving into the territory where everything is TBA. So it's coming soon. Yeah. No defined dates.
Well, you're saying that, but the one we're going to look at now actually says 2024.
Yeah, but I mean, 2024 is quite a big window, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and this does look really cool.
Yeah.
Windblown.
And do you know what? Who made this, AJ?
I think it was developed by Motion Twin and Kepler Ghost.
Yeah, well, you could read the screen in front of you.
It's made by the creators of
Dead Cells.
No, it's made by the creators of the Rogue Prince of Persia.
Yeah. So whilst they were on their break of making this, they made the Rogue Prince of Persia.
Yes, it's that way round as well. Yeah. What's really funny with this is seeing how underwhelming the Rogue Prince of Persia could be.
Yeah. I mean, it might be amazing. It might be, but...
The trailer for Windblown, the first frame, it says, from the creators of Dead Cells.
Yeah.
They don't say that on the Prince of Persia game.
No, they don't.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's funny that.
It's like they didn't want to put their name on it.
No, they were just like, But this looks like they've actually put some effort into it.
Honestly, this looks amazing.
Yeah, it's an action roguelike, isometric.
Roguelike. It looks super fast.
It looks really cool.
What did I say? It's like a roguelike if Sonic did a roguelike.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of like...
They should totally do that. They could revamp Sonic into...
Make it really dark.
Yeah, and like an isometric like style.
Tell me that elements of this don't look like modern Sonic.
It does look like Sonic, yeah.
In the best way, in that speed way, in that kind of like warping between platforms and stuff. Interesting thing with this, it does say roguelike for 1 to 3 players.
Yeah, it's a 3-player co-op, like up to, this looks really cool. So
3-player co-op roguelikes, I mean, that's like it, isn't it? That's where it's at.
Oh yeah, too right. It just looks fun. I like the art style. It looks pretty difficult, to be fair.
Like it should be.
Yeah, like it should be, especially if it's co-op. You want that difficulty, curve to be like steeper.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found out about this obviously before the Prince of Persia thing, because the Prince of Persia thing only dropped like a couple of days ago.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just went, there you go. It was like,
they made it in a weekend.
Yeah. But this one I've been following for a while now.
Yeah.
And I've been hyped for that. I had no idea they were making other stuff at the same time.
No.
Clearly they weren't. I'm joking.
They got their interns to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, so Windblown looks great. I think that looks like something that could be ideal on Steam Deck.
Xbox and PlayStation controller support.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Look, I mean,
the curveball.
We could have put this in the list every year forever.
We probably have been. Yeah.
Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yeah.
Anyone that likes a Metroidvania has been waiting for this. What was it like?
5 years.
5 years.
2019 they announced it. 2019.
What's going on with this, man?
It was in a Nintendo Direct, and normally Nintendo won't direct anything unless it's actually coming out.
Well, there's Prime 4.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe 15 more years on that one. But
Metroid Prime 4, that's never going to happen.
It's going to do a Half-Life 3, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just going to disappear.
It's just never going to happen.
Half-Life 3.
But Hollow Knight, the first one, fantastic, amazing. Amazing Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Love everything about it. Again, the art style, the combat, everything. Like, such a good game. Everyone's been waiting for Silksong forever. 5 years on, still no word. So
it's sad, and I'm worried for Team Cherry that it's not going to happen. Why would it be delayed this much?
I don't know.
Unless they're waiting for the next generation, because it's going to release on the next Nintendo or something.
But look at the game. It's not.
I know.
It's not like Unreal 5 or something, is it?
It's definitely not.
Hey, just release it now and then release it again for the next system.
I was trying to justify it. The only other reason why games take this long is when they're not going to happen.
Yeah, maybe.
The team's working on something else or, been just whatever. I'm hyped for it. Super hyped for it. We all are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I can't wait.
And this on a Steam Deck OLED.
It'd be amazing.
Immense.
I'd love to see HDR support as well. Like, that'd be lovely.
That'd be cool.
You know what we might see though in a couple of months? Yeah, a new Prince of Persia game brought to you from the makers of Hollow Knight.
That's gonna a really dark one.
Yeah. It's gonna be the same, just with a little Prince dude.
From Team Cherry. Oh, right. The game no one can say.
Yeah, and that no one's heard of.
This was a curveball. I hadn't heard of it.
Well, again, I just found it and thought, wow, that is cool.
Mandragora.
Mandragora is how I say it, but I can't speak English anyway. So
no, that looks right. Well done. A+. I'll get you a certificate. Okay. Slash and burn and raid your way through Mandragora, a 2.5D side-scroller action RPG with deep Metroidvania and Souls-like elements.
Sounds perfect. Sounds like the best game.
That sounds like they got all your favourite gaming words.
They just smashed it. They took my search history and just went, that.
No, there's no hentai in there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that's DLC. That is. That's the paid DLC.
All right, yeah. Okay.
The Stellar Blade DLC there. Yeah, but this looks really cool. Like the art style is what drew me in. I mean, all those buzzwords first got me there. But,
fair.
But the art style made me stick around and go, wow.
It looks dark.
This looks really cool.
It looks heavy.
Yeah.
It looks like the combat is proper intricate. Like there's punishment if you get it wrong.
And it being, again, a 2.5D, this is like 3D models rather than like Hollow Knight where it's like hand-drawn or anything. This, I'm getting like massive Castlevania vibes, like
certainly.
Massive, like from the aesthetic, like the backdrops, there's nice looking depth going on here, like, and the parallax shots and stuff, with the way the backgrounds are moving. And,
it's got to be said, when they do 2.5D right, it's so beautiful.
Yes, totally.
It's like perfection.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Metroid Dread and The Lost Crown.
Lost Crown is a great example of it.
Really good. So I'm well hyped for this, and this actually says 2024.
Wishlist it now.
Yeah.
Nothing beyond that.
No.
But we're in the realms of like there's no fixed dates.
Yes. So I am excited for that one. It definitely looks like something up my street.
All right. So from Souls-like to roguelike.
This one's a bit different.
Yes.
Because again, it says it in the name. This one's called Realm of Ink.
Yeah.
And it, again, is like some sort of hand-drawn art style thing. It's an action roguelike adventure.
Isometric style.
Yeah, isometric.
Rather than Metroidvania style.
Yes.
Looks like it could be. I mean, I'm going to be more on the fence about this.
I am a little bit more on the fence myself.
Yeah.
But just because of the like Asian aesthetic and stuff, I like it.
Yeah.
Like I do like the look of what this could be.
100%.
But whether or not it's actually, I'm like you said, I'm on the fence. I don't know what it is. I'm not overly sure about from the trailers and stuff. But there is a demo though. I forgot to say that. There is a demo.
There is a demo. It looks like it could. It looks like it could have issues. It's the only thing.
Yeah.
I'll say, but potentially it could be really great. The one thing I'm sad about with this one is that there's no multiplayer.
Yeah,
it would be kick-ass if it was co-op.
This does look like a game that could suit a multiplayer. Yeah, it does.
But the action looks intense and looks fun.
Yeah.
And the art style is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I did intend to play the demo before I came down today, but I downloaded it late last night and then I ended up watching the Fallout show. So
that's fair enough.
There we go.
I was playing the Remnant 2 anyway. So.
And then you watched the Fallout.
And then I watched Fallout. Stayed up way too late. All right, finally on the list.
Final list.
Number 14. Which is a weird number for a list. But
it is. Well, it's just what I came up with. Sorry.
Okay, Awaken Astral Blade.
Yes.
Not Astral Chain.
No, I know. That's
what I thought what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, Astral Blade.
Genuinely, I was like, oh, right, Astral Chain, cool.
Yeah, no.
And then I watched.
I'd love a Metroidvania Astral Chain. That would be sick.
It'd be immense. Of course it would.
So good.
All right.
This doesn't really have a genre. I mean, listed on the page, it says exploration. Okay, let me try that again. Exploration. Yep. Atmospheric. Fantasy single player. So it doesn't say like what kind of game it is. It just looks like a 2.5D side-scrolling platformer.
And is this a Chinese development?
Yes. Yeah. I think so.
It feels like a Chinese import. With the best intentions in the world, I sometimes find it hard to tell the difference between Chinese and Japanese writing.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes I can see, but it's not on the screen long enough to really
I didn't see any writing there. I can often tell the difference.
One thing I did like about this that was shown in the trailer was the Donkey Kong section.
Which is really weird. And I think what gravitated me towards this actually is when I was doing a games design course.
Yeah.
And I was making games in Flash.
Right? Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah. I actually, that scene that you saw there that had like, it was very contrasty, like very dark with like, fans spinning.
Yeah.
I'd made like, what's it called? Silhouette. I made a silhouette game.
Yeah.
So it's just black and white basically. And it was in that kind of vibe.
Wow.
So it was all like you were in almost like a sewer with like fans spinning, and it was all very like that scene where which you thought was Donkey Kong.
Well, it is.
And that reminded me of me designing that game back then, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I like the look of this. Again,
yeah, I'm with you. Actually with you.
I mean, it's Chinese to me, just from the bit that popped up on that trailer there.
Yeah, single player kind of action adventure
Demo again.
Demo available.
Yeah, demo available.
Which is, like you say, is always encouraging because that means we're close.
Yeah, and it actually wants you to see if you like it first. You know, like have a taste of the game. Which I think demos need to be more of a thing. They seem to be becoming more of a thing. And I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
I totally would like to see more of that.
All right, I'm going to push you.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
Of the ones that are actually coming.
Yeah.
Which one are you most hyped for?
I've got a list.
Oh, look at that! You've got a little list there.
that I've written down previously.
Wow.
And one of them I'm going to swap around. So for me, number 1 is Joint Place, but number 1 is. My top 3 is actually a top 5.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So at 14, I'm going to give you 5.
Just 30%.
Yeah. One of them's going to be good. Right. So No Rest for the Wicked is right up there.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
okay.
like totally for that. Yeah. And Zao, you know, Tales of Kanzara, Zao.
Yeah.
So those 2 are my like top. I did put in number 2 the Rogue Prince of Persia.
Oh, that's a bad choice.
Because I want it to be good.
Yeah.
I want it to be what it's probably not. You know? So I'm gonna swap that round as to number 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it might even be less. I'm just
I
kind of give hope here. I love Prince of Persia.
In your top 3, it's got 5 games in it. I think it's number 5. So it's 5 out of your top 3.
Yeah, okay. And the other ones are Nevergrade or that Mandragora thing.
Mandragora.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, I like the look of all of them. That's why I've put them down.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna mix it up, and I'm gonna say
Disney.
Harold Halibut.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no, I took it. No, you have it.
Okay, no, I totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's
very
a bad
different
choice. I'd say if I have to pick one, it is what's the one I said first? No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah, it just look good.
Closely followed by Zao.
Yeah.
And Harold Halibut looks amazing.
Yeah.
Purely for how original and unique it looks.
That's all it is. There isn't really, if I'm honest, there isn't really a bad choice in this list apart from Rogue Prince of Persia. There isn't really a bad choice in this list. You can't go far wrong.
Yeah, and I must state that obviously none of these have been verified for the Steam Deck other than Zao. But because they're all like 2D, like platformers and isometric, and
there's a lot of them with demos available, so you know they're getting close.
They're all going to work on Steam Deck, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
You know.
Some exciting games there. Hopefully you found some hidden gems that you weren't aware of.
And if you want to add to the list, let us know, because I'd love to know personally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I do want it to be a bit of a community effort. If there's stuff coming out on Steam that we don't know about, then put it in the comments below.
Definitely.
It'd be great to find some hidden gems.
And if you want more Steam Deck content, let us know.
Yes, please do, because we're going to do it anyway. I mean,
well, we will, yeah. But you know, if you've got any ideas for anything that you want to see in particular, then let us know, and we won't do it.
Whilst you're down there writing in the comments, please do like the video, and maybe consider joining channel memberships.
Yes, where you can see these videos early if I edit them quick enough.
That's true. It's quite hard to do.
Sometimes it's hard.
And there's of course the Discord.
The Discord is the main reason. Yes.
Yeah, you get to join in these conversations and share pictures of your cat with us,
and share games that you're excited about.
That too. Yeah. I guess that leaves nothing else but to tell you to watch another video from us.
In between us here.
Smashed between our faces.
And subscribe.
Do it.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.